please put on your headsets. It makes things a lot easier. That's better. Can you hear my voice in your ears? How are we doing? Welcome to MadFest. Another cheer. Yes. Welcome. This is, for some, is it your first bit of live content for today? You made it through the heat. Feeling good? Welcome. This is the Brand Challenge stage. We've got two epic brand challenges today. First up, we have Skyscanner. Who's feeling excited for the Skyscanner Brand Challenge? This is my job. I have to hype us up because we've got 5 great startup pitches ready to take on a challenge from Skyscanner. But before we do, I'm going to explain a little bit about CoCubed and the House of Innovation. So, a short video. Let's go. That's CoCubed. Lots of buzzwords on screens with high energy music. But just to explain what we do, you come to us with a challenge, an opportunity, and we will find you some of the world's best innovators to help you do that. We've got 2 things happening over in the House of Innovation next door. The first thing is our speed dating. So if you are up for it and you're up for a challenge, come over to us. We're wearing our black T-shirts, which is perfect for this weather, these black T-shirts. Come over and find us, give us your brief, and we will connect you with startups to help you solve that challenge. We've also got a release of our agentic search. We're using agents to help you find startups. So do come and check that out, and hopefully that will tap you into what innovation you could use. So, to make things interesting and to say thank you for being part of the Brand Challenge stage, we are running a competition. I'm hyping you up. We're running a competition. We thought Glastonbury, there was a lot of envy. I was feeling envious of everyone at Glastonbury. So we thought, what if we could give you the opportunity to have your own mini Glasto experience and go to a gig of your choice in one of these countries from around Europe, courtesy of Next Destination Loyalty, which is one of our solutions next door. So if you're interested in speed dating, we've got a sign up, very simple, and you could have a chance to win your dream gig. Okay, are we ready for the challenge? Yeah? Okay, can we give Andre a massive round of applause from Skyscanner, Head of Brand and Creative. Andre, come up.
Hello, hello, hello.
Andre, keeping cool?
Yeah. Not too bad.
Excellent. Well, thank you for being here. Can you just give us a bit of a sense of what you do and also what you're looking for in your challenge today?
Yeah, so I head up brand and creative at Skyscanner globally. And one of the things that, the AI is the great disruptor, as we all know. I've got an in-house team of about 50 people. And one of the things that's been handed down from on high, AKA the exec and the board, is how do we utilize AI tools to double productivity? Within that, it's not about getting rid of people. It's about allowing our folks to be able to do more, spend their time working on things that actually matter, strategic things versus the rudimentary aspects. So we're playing across the board. You name it. We're 11 labs we're using for our voice. We're playing with ChatGPT, of course, Perplexity, but also in spaces like Veo 3, et cetera. So we're really looking for that next level of innovation, which is what I'm excited to hear what people have to say here.
Amazing. Thanks, Andre. I saw a few nods as well. I feel like this is a familiar challenge and hopefully one that you can take away from it. So what's going to happen is Andre is going to see 5 startups. They're going to pitch for 3 minutes, and then there's going to be a chance for Andre to ask a question or give some feedback. I'm going to be pretty strict on the time, so if we do get close to 3 minutes, you'll see me hovering here and I'll jump up on stage. But Andre, is there anything that you are specifically looking for? What's really going to stand out to you for this brand challenge?
There's so many different assets, tools, companies out there right now. So I'm really looking for that, what we would call unique selling proposition. What is it that the startup's going to bring that we don't already have in our tool set? Because as I said, there's lots of existing solutions that are doing amazing things with voiceovers and AI, as I talked about 11 labs. I won't act as a spoiler, but I got to read the pre-read, and there was a couple, and I was like, ooh, okay, that's actually quite interesting. So yeah,
Very
I'm
cool.
excited to see what they have to say.
Very cool. We'll take a seat. Andre, thank you. We're going to get ready for our first startup. So let's start the applause going. We want to help our first startup. Let's keep it going. So first up, 3 minutes to bring their pitch. We have Audio Stack. Audio Stack, over to you.
Am I putting these on?
No, you don't need to.
Okay. Cool. Well, hi everyone, and thanks for allowing me to kick this off this morning. So, I'm here to talk to you, or to introduce you to AudioStack. I'm Silke, and AudioStack is the world's most powerful AI audio infrastructure built over the past 6 years to fully automate the way audio is being produced, to make it faster, smarter, more scalable. So let's start with the reality. The traditional audio production process isn't built to scale, right? Sure, you can get a single audio asset of a 30-second ad spot fairly quickly, but the minute you require personalization or localization or multi-format delivery, the process becomes manual and can often take weeks. AudioStack flips this model on its head. We take you from script to fully produced, ad-ready audio in seconds. So whether it's an audio ad for streaming or radio or narration for video, podcast content, or print to audio initiatives, we automate this end to end. So why AudioStack? Well, we have built security and trust at our core. Gartner just voted us safest by design from an architectural perspective. And we're also not just a voice provider. So we have a partnership with 11 Labs as well as 14 other text-to-speech providers. And you get the automation of how audio is being produced end to end, including voices, music bed, sound effects, and content creation. We're trusted by global brands and their holding groups. So actually just recently, a holding group appointed us as their most ethical and safest choice to automate and deliver thousands of audio versions for digital audio specifically. And we enable 10 times more of the production at a tenth of the effort and cost. And I really want to highlight the effort here, because Andrew, you mentioned it, right? It's all about enhancing and supercharging your teams and their creativity. And of course, we're not just audio only. Think of the formats and channels where audio is a very critical and plays a critical role. YouTube, social media, connected TV, right? Audio can catch better attention. So with that, I wanted to show you 3 use cases that we have come up with them yesterday in an hour with our AudioStack tooling, right? So the first one is a dynamic audio concept. You will hear one version, or maybe Andrew, you want to put the headphones on so you can have the best experience. But you will hear one version of thousands potential assets, which are all streamed in real time to a listener on Spotify or any of the other global radio platforms, based on where they are, what they're doing, what audience they belong into. Here we go. So, but we don't just stop there, right? What about audio and enhancing your video content, right? What if you play your video on social media, connected TV, right? But the audio actually catches someone's attention. So we had a stab at how the audio creates some of your travel experiences for video specifically.
New York with Skyscanner, your ultimate travel hack. Go there, see that, explore this, eat, treat, and never sleep. Save time, money, and stress at skyscanner.com.
So what you've seen here, multiple different voices, same sound design to keep the branding, right? Different content in terms of length and what we discussed, different content in terms of written to audio to video formats. So if you're ready to unlock the full power of audio and move faster, scale smarter, and connect with your audience on a more personal level, then let's build it together with AudioStack. Thank you.
Boom. Give another round of applause. Andre, do you want to come up? Okay, we're just going to, I think we've got time for one question or one bit of feedback. So what's your question for AudioStack?
I love the scale possibilities. I love the fact that you went and did that. It shows how quickly you can do it. One of the things that's going to be really important to us, and you started to lean into it, but there is hyper-local nuances of culture and speed. How interesting can we make the content? What are the parameters? How malleable is it? 100% malleable?
Yes, I mean, the AudioStack API is, first of all, it's an API, so you can build with it. You can build it into your processes, and you can take it to whatever realms you'd like to, right? Different languages, different content length in terms of voices, accents, different manipulation in terms of sound designs. The sound design here was the same. You can integrate your own sound designs. You can bring your own voices if you wanted to have your own brand as branded Skyscanner voice into the platform.
So it's almost like training an LLM through the lens of the brand, but
most
through the guise
certainly.
of audio.
Most certainly, and also you mentioned 11 Labs. We have a partnership with 11 Labs, but what we do, we enhance what 11 Labs does. Right? 11 Labs provides you the best voices, but actually when automating the entirety of the audio production process, that's when you get the speed back, and that's when you can start trialing, testing, right? Like, what is my audio experience of Skyscanner, the brand, in lots of different formats.
Yeah, really nice. Yeah, fantastic solution. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for having me.
Thank you very much. Take a seat, Andre. Another round of applause. If you want to find out more, we've got overviews here you can get, and they're also going to be also in the House of Innovation. Who's up for our second startup? Okay, coming to the stage now, we have adtest.ai. Let's give it up.
New York with Skies.
Hi everyone, good morning. My name's Ivan and I'm one of the founders of AdTest AI. We're here really to help in-house teams like yours, Andre, to get supercharged with AI, and most importantly, we believe real audience feedback, because we believe that AI without audience of real people coming in gets unhinged. It goes off its historical data it's using, and it doesn't necessarily provide the responses we want. So we believe it's important that people are still involved in this process. We'll help by giving you clarity at every step of the journey to bold, high-impactful ideas quickly, and at prices that mean you can test all of your campaigns, from your TikToks to your TV spots, anything at all, and make sure that we're not missing most of the content that's out there, because traditionally people are only testing really the big value things because it's costing thousands of pounds to do each test. Those days have gone as far as we're concerned. Remember, as far as we're concerned here, every superhero needs a sidekick. We want to be that sidekick for you. So our platform's designed to help turbocharge your content that your team's already designing. We're going to help you refine that with early stage concepts, messaging, designs, and copy in minutes. Literally, it's uploaded, and within up to 3 minutes for a video, 30 seconds for an image, you're going to be seeing the results coming back well before you're spending any money on any of the media that you're putting out there. We're allowing you then to tweak those specific markets or traveler segments, refine your home pages, your emails, your messaging, or your performance visuals as many times as you want till you get something you're comfortable with that's going forward. We ran one of your very simple adverts. You said not video, image, and things that you were looking for. So we just took something totally simple that you were running last week on Instagram. I think it's still probably running just now. And we looked at the areas that we would cover. We cover 10 different areas. I'm just going to, because we've got 3 minutes, focus on 5 of them at this stage. We can talk afterwards if you want on more of how it goes. But if we look at the 5 that are there, we've got originality, which it got a 6 out of 10. The reason for that is it's a familiar concept, but it works. It's clear, it's simple, but it's not a 10 out of 10. It's a familiar concept, and it's good on there. The effect on the brand perception, if it's volume brands that you're looking for and you're looking at the lower area, it's a budget concept. The reason for this is really the low pricing that you're showing on here. You could run the same ad on a different variant with higher pricing, and maybe you'd be seen potentially on that advert to a different group of people that are coming in totally based on that. The competitor analysis was a good score. It came out as a 7.5 above 10, which is well above average for these type of things. And it was compared to the likes of Expedia and Kayak, which they're typically using more dynamic imagery. But their imagery is always cluttered with the message, and people don't always see the message on smaller screens and areas that's there. So yours is much cleaner, much bolder, and it resonates better with people that are going through. The ideal audience is people who are aged 20 to 40, who are tech savvy and who are looking for bargains that are out there. The platforms would be Google Ads, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, the usual for this type of thing. Obviously, different formats, different platforms that would come through. If you're now looking at places where you're actually spending a bit more money and you're saying, okay, I want to promote these, and you're spending a few £1,000s on those adverts, you want to know much more, and that's where the human impact comes into it as well. And we're saying add in human reviewers there. We're linked into one of our sister companies, a market research company with over 48 million people in the UK. So it goes out to people to review. You can layer in this audience. You can A/B test up to 5 creatives. You could even choose 4 of your own and 1 of your competitors to see how it compares with people. You can pick for the standard or custom templates we've already set up for you, and you can target it for the people based on their age, their gender, location, but you can also look at whether they use Expedia, Google, Kayak, Skyscanner. They may be the only people you want to give you the answers that are coming through. You may say, I only want people who have booked online. Again, you flag it, that's all you get for your responses that are coming back, so it gives you total control over what you're seeing, and that gets fed into the AI to give you the answers that are there. AI answers then tell you what's resonating with whom and why, how you can localize that and across personas and regions and direct down to city level. You can look at the copy, the visuals, the layout. You can look at the audience interests, the devices, what social media they have on their phone, what websites they're visiting, all of that type of shopper information, and lots of other areas that are there. Finally, if you're A/B testing, it's going to tell you which test is the best of the tests, and it'll give you a comparison between each of them and the reasons. And the last thing is, if you've got a team that likes data, we give you the full data export, and you can just import that into R or any other package that you're using and deep dive into the data as you're going. The question some people ask us, though, is why not just use ChatGPT? Why can't I just upload my images and do that? So we thought, let's ask ChatGPT the question, why would they use us over themselves if they were doing it? So we put that into the chat. And in simple terms, the summary was that ChatGPT generates ideas and concepts. AdTest AI gives you and tells you which ones work best and for whom. So finally, this handsome chap there on our AI is there. And simply we're saying, you're strong on design, that's great. Think of us as your AI sidekick. We want to be there bringing audience power, clarity, and creative confidence before you spend any money on launch. And the best thing is, for today, for anybody who's looking, they can register online and be testing literally within minutes. With that, over to your questions.
Amazing. Let's give a round of applause to adtest.ai. I think we've got time for one question. Let me just grab the clicker.
Lovely. First off, thank you for selecting an ad that tested well. Appreciate that. This is a massive pain point for us as a business. I'm sure lots of others as well. Creative testing is time-consuming and expensive, and I think this is ripe for disruption, which you've done. One of the things that we always talk about is a lot of the testing creatively, sometimes the things that are disruptive and zig when everybody else zags test poorly. And I worry that AI looks back at the average. How do we ensure that the creative testing tool accounts for things that are weird, like the liquid deaths of the world?
So it's looking specifically on one of the areas that people are likely to share and go viral. So we've got a viral flag in there that says this is different. It's going to tell you, as we saw there, this is the standard thing. Everybody's got it out there. It'll tell you something's different, and it'll tell you if something is likely to go viral. I would say if you're looking at the type of viral content, the other thing you're going to do is you're going to add in some content. So look, this thing's costing you £50 a month. It's nothing. on there for 50 creative, it's 50 for 50. When you're adding in some content, it's costing you another £200. And then you're getting the views of everybody. So it's giving you the benefits really of AI costs, because AI shouldn't be costing fortunes. But if you add in real content, they're going to tell you if this thing's good and whether they think it's going to go viral and what their opinions of it. So that's the reason we don't believe AI works without human impact on there. It needs human content as well.
I love that you use ChatGPT to devour itself as well. Well done.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Let's give them a round of applause as Ivan takes his seat. If you want to talk to Ivan or the rest of the team, they are just next door. Are we ready for our third startup? We're 2 down, 3 to go. Next up, we have We Are Human. Over to Charlie.
There's the button. Oh, great, thank you. Good morning. Is this on? Is this on? Yep. Hi, good morning. I'm Charlie, co-founder of We Are Humane. I'm delighted to be here today to answer the brief for Skyscanner. We Are Humane empowers brands like yourselves to create ethical AI-assisted content. Our offering seamlessly plugs into your existing workflow to supercharge your team's creativity, productivity, and help you reach your audacious goals. Our hybrid solution combines your team's creativity, our production expertise, and the best AI tools. It's designed to give you control and peace of mind. So together we can unlock your team's full creative potential. We have some of the world's best AI artists on our roster, talented creators who know how to deliver stunning visuals that are also commercially viable. Many have had long careers rooted in traditional production, so they speak your language and they understand the reality of creative workflows. They combine their creative instincts with technical expertise to harness AI superpower and deliver outstanding results. After listening closely to our commercial clients, it was clear that creative teams, brands, and agencies needed much more than off-the-shelf tools. They needed a private, secure system to bring their ideas to life. And that's how Humane Frame was born. Humane Frame is our proprietary system, purpose-built for commercial content creation, and it's your team's new superpower. Here's how it works. We start with a clean, ethically sourced data set and a brief from your team. We evaluate your needs and design a custom approach just for you. Our AI artists collaborate with your team to build a brand-calibrated system that generates high-quality assets. Everything stays in a secure, safe, brand-protected environment with built-in anti-bias controls. And the result is future-proofed assets, streamlined workflows that eliminate some of the production pain points so your team can stay focused on what they do best, just being super creative. So let's take a sneaky peek inside Humane Frame. There's a lot here, but this is the unique combination of these components that empowers your team to create faster, smarter, and safer. We create hyperlocal assets that seamlessly adapt across markets, capturing cultural details and seasonal cues. And we can recreate the same scene, but with different people, so that you can reflect and connect globally. We've tested Humane Frame against leading platforms, and it consistently delivers more accurate and detailed images. We're genuinely proud of the output and results, and would love to show you how it can help elevate your brands. On the left is the standard output, on the right was the Humane Frame image, which I don't know if you can see here, but if you look closely, it's got much sharper detail and realism with things like accurate lighting and textures. But very importantly, from the beginning, it avoids gender stereotypes, and it accurately is able to portray details like clothing, right from the start. Our one asset and endless reach approach keeps your brand consistent across all platforms. We'd love to help you build responsible workflows. That means like low compute models, green hosting, reuse first processes, and carbon tracking. So, in conclusion, let Humane Frame take on the heavy lifting so you can focus on just being super creative. Are you ready to unlock your team's superpowers and create like never before? Thank you so much for your time. I'm just going to let that play in the background.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Hi there.
Thanks so much. Andre, over to you.
Thank you very much. I love that you're putting ethics and clean data sets at the heart of what you do. That's something that's really important to us. We've been talking about ethics a lot and looking at principles of how we operate. One of the challenges for us is how do we operate in a world whereby one of the most important things for us is honesty and transparency, where you might pull the wool over travelers' eyes unnecessarily or by putting fake people in fake environments. How do we kind of fill the gap there where we can have real images, real people, but then maybe fill in some of the gaps by utilizing that as a baseline, so we've got something that's rooted in reality?
Oh, absolutely. So they don't need to be fake people. So we can do photo shoots or existing assets or stock library, licensed images. That's the key starting point for the clean data set. And then bring them in. So take a recent example in the fashion industry where they did digital twins. And then they had that asset that they could use in lots and lots of different environments, but it was a real person who had a licensed contract to be used in that way, and then they were replicated wearing different clothes and with different lighting. So it's just a way of having a really clean starting point and then moving forward from there. And equally with the locations and the backgrounds, we can have a starting point, adapt the lighting, add snow to the mountain. So it can have a foundation in reality and in true licensable assets, and then move forward from there. And in terms of being transparent, we would highly advocate tagging AI content or being open and honest about that and how that has been part of the creative process. And I think many of these social platforms ensure that anyway. But there is a way of tagging and tracking going forward as well. So yeah, there's lots of solutions to that problem, and we'd be happy to try and help you answer that.
I love that you're bringing it back to creators, though. It's not just a black box. It's real people who are helping curate and create for the brand.
Absolutely.
With the power of AI. I think the combination of those two is lovely.
It's all about real people. We've got real artists, real production people, real ideas, real creative teams, but using the AI to help elevate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Excellent. Another round of applause. And if you want to hear more, do talk to Charlie next door in the House of Innovation. So we have 2 more solutions left for us. Are we ready for our penultimate? Yes, I think we are. Are we ready for our penultimate? Okay, coming to the stage now, we have Somin. Let's give it up.
The search has forever changed. Our users might not be even use search engine and aggregators. They might just ask large language models, where should I go? What should I do? So we need to address it. We're doing a pretty good job in Skyscanner by addressing this, by creating a hyper-personalized content in every market about the place, architecture, food, arts. We do it in the form of personal stories from Rome to UK, or even to Los Angeles, where the locals are telling those secrets you would never know otherwise. Then Skyscanner is placing the call to actions to just bring the traffic to the website and do the sales. And there's only one question about that. How can you scale? Hi, my name is Alex Farsif. I'm a CEO and co-founder of SoMonitor, the platform that helps to understand the audience behaviors, preferences in every single market to create a hyper-localized and personalized content that simply works and sells. But how do we do that? In the first step, the platform collects the data from everywhere. This is influencer data, the ads that you run, the ads that competitors are running in your social, from Japan to Brazil to UK, everywhere in the world. And this is actually happening right now while this presentation. Then the platform takes this data and uses large language models and our in-house AI to break it down in a very actionable communication concepts, such as audiences, interests, behavioral portraits, products, initiatives that they run, and that actually work for every single piece of content. This is then used to come up with the hyper-localized personas, tensions, pain points to discover the blind spot in every single market that simply gonna work for you. And you can already use this to brief your local teams. But we created AIs that can actually brief it for you by creating moments of truth at work. The life moments, the search moments, the purchase moments. This is something that you can pass to your team. This is something you can generate instantly to create a hyper-localized content for every single market. And you know what? You don't need to believe that this persona is actually working, because we are the first companies that also integrated with Global Web Index that tells us what exactly the preferences of this audience and also the places where discover brands. So you can place your ads wisely and further fine-tune the content to match the local psychographics. The best of all, this is already working for you right now. So you can test it today, and you can get on the platform tomorrow. So what are you waiting for? Get in touch with us and get another case study from another brand to learn how can you make a hyper-localized content that simply sells. Thank you.
Brilliant pitch. Thank you. Andre, questions?
Yeah, lovely. Really nice solution. The future of search is something that we talk about a lot, how the disruption of Google search. And a lot of what we are doing right now currently is working in the creator space. It's the way that we've been able to flex the brand most effectively, hyper-locally, and really entrench ourselves in a local culture and local nuance. Have you been able to work with this system and then have creators across the world look at this as a starting point to figure out what type of content they should be creating?
We have many agencies using this, particularly for creator briefing, because it's just so hard to analyze every single market and know exactly what you should talk and the topics that are relevant there. But also for this speech that I was preparing for you, we did analyze your creatives in Japan, Brazil, Korea, and a few more, and it took us just a few hours. And you can do it every week if you want to. So that is a really scalable approach.
I think it's really interesting because it's one of the easiest traps to fall into, especially with travel. We call ourselves, with the ultimate travel hack, but it's really easy to go out and create a lot of genericized travel hacks and fall into that trap. Whereas this could really unearth some hyper-local insights that would push us down avenues that we might not have thought about previously.
Especially with GWI integration, because it actually knows the actual panels in every market and what's it here, where is it actually discover you.
We've got 2 personas that we could feed into this too, and it would help us figure out whether A, they're the right personas or not, but B, what are these people actually really interested in.
Well, we generated 27 personas yesterday for you.
27, wow.
Yeah.
There we go.
Love it.
Lovely. Nice work. Thank you so much.
Excellent.
Thanks.
Let's give a round of applause. Just drop the... Okay, Brill. We're up to our final solution for the brand challenge. Thank you for sticking with us. Let's give it up for Wayne from Resonance. Wayne, over to you.
Hello. How's everyone doing? We've heard some great solutions. What we're focusing on today around the AI superpower is hyper-local tactics and copywriting and how those two things go together. We understand the journey through ChatGPT and 11 Labs, etc., but we've got a slight twist on it. So, brief introduction to Resonance. We're a language services company. We offer all of the services that you can see there, but we're focusing on the voiceover part, and then specifically out of the voiceover part, AI voiceover generation, which we've described, but with the twist of authorized voice replicas. So authorized voice replicas are real people's voices that allow us to contract and sample, and then we use those real people's voices to create the AI voiceover. So it gives it a more authentic, real twist. You lose the synthetic edge that you get from the AI-only services on that. But why AI voiceover? And I'll do this quickly because I know there are some people that understand this inside and out. Well, the cost and time efficiency thing is a given. There are the reduction and the removal of all the traditional studio expenses, the scheduling difficulties you get, the fact that you've got your staff, you need people all together to do a record. You remove talent usage fees by using AI VO, so there's a big budget buster right there. But using AI VO means you can do A/B testing. You can go into more markets with the same budget that you would used to go into. And there's a real-time optimization thing there. So when you're doing a traditional VO, you put the asset out there, that's it. But with AI VO, you can actually monitor it, and if it's not performing in the way you think it should, we can tweak the script, we can repost it, we can get it back out really quickly. So it gives you the ability to go backwards and forwards quite quickly with new ideas. So all in all, you're taking a method that would normally be days and weeks down to hours and days to really mass market your product. And that obviously has an ROI and a business impact. You're building your brand identity across that by making sure you're hitting all the markets in a language they're accustomed to. Real VO versus AI VO is between a 30 and 85% saving. That's based on your usage, what you would normally pay for your usage and what your buyouts are like. And reports show if you talk to someone in their language, but not just like machine translation or AI translation, if you really have that vetted properly by a linguistics company or use a linguist in the loop methodology, you will improve your sales because people can see through something that's not written properly. Even in English, you want to be written to really nicely. You don't want something that's half-baked. So by doing that properly, you really, really do improve your chances. We know VO boosts viewers' attention, but there's a big one here as well now. There's new accessibility laws coming out, and the accessibility laws are about all sorts of video. So if you use a combination of AI, VO, and subtitling, you're covering visually impaired and hearing impaired people and improving your chances of having that in the market. And again, the strong community building. You're building brand affinity if you're talking to people really nicely in their language. And all in all, that's a win-win, right, for brands. But how can this benefit Skyscanner? So we had a look on Friday afternoon, because we bought in quite late, around your YouTube channel, and we saw some really nice travel guides that were out there, but they're quite old, and we thought the viewing figures on them could be better for you. When we looked at them all, there was no voiceover, and we've assumed there's no voiceover because obviously you can't afford to do a lot of different markets for that type of stuff. But we thought with AI VO, there's definitely a way of doing this, and especially with a linguistics expert in the background. So using ChatGPT very simply, but with a native linguist who understands the video and a series of prompts after they reviewed the video. They go through it in a couple of minutes, just watch it once, stick the prompts in, telling ChatGPT, and this was where it started because we were doing Spanish, around the order that you were seeing things in that video. ChatGPT generates the script. From the script, you then come to our bespoke and proprietary AVR casting site, which is essentially a platform where you can choose real people's voices for use in AI VO. We also have a lot of exclusive voices to us within that site. You fill in your brief. You choose your treatments because you can use machine translation, you can use human creation, we can do lip syncing. There's lots of different bits in that. So you literally choose your voices like a traditional casting piece, submit it. While you're there, you can look at some of our other content. Once that's done, we can create an AI VO for you. Now, imagine this being served based on the data that you've collected from people searching for flights on your site. They're looking for somewhere in Barcelona, so we do Spanish for Spain based on that script.
Barcelona te da los buenos días con el sol en la cara y los pies en la arena. Playa, vistas infinitas y esa sensación de que todo empieza aquí. En el centro, el corazón de la ciudad late fuerte entre calles llenas de vida.
So the voiceover matches the video automatically because of the way that we've prompted it. And then you can do, imagine that in your, serving it up in your Instagram, and we've done a male voice on this just to show you the voice doesn't matter, the script is the important bit.
Barcellona ti dà il buongiorno con il sole in faccia e i piedi nella sabbia.
And then you can do that across all channels. It doesn't matter what it is, even with your partner ecosystems, you can be serving that. But you can go one step further. Imagine in a world where people are searching for a flight to Barcelona. They're not sure whether they want to go there. I'm English speaking. You just roll it out across all the different languages, and this is all generated from a script in ChatGPT using AI voiceover with linguistic experts sitting in the
Barcelona
background.
says good morning with the sun on your face and your feet in the sand.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks, Wayne. Bringing us home. Andre, questions for Wayne and Resonance?
Yeah, lovely. First off, thank you for that. I think two of the things that you touched on really resonated and are really important to us. And I think they're going to become more and more important for brands and businesses globally with AI is things need to be rooted and steeped in reality, and having linguistics specialists attached to is super important, I think. And we've noted that. We've used 11 Labs, but the nuances aren't always perfect, and that's people pick up on that really, really quickly. So I think that's really important. And I think one of the things I've been toying with is the idea of having, I don't mind paying voiceover talent. I think we should still pay real human beings. So I'd prefer to find somebody who's a real human being who's with a voice that we love, and then contract that person and then go and scale that globally for us, which seems like what Resonance would be able to do, correct?
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, it's a bespoke library. Currently, it's only literally launched yesterday, of 300 voices. We've been using them in the background for clients all the way through, but a platform where you can basically do self-casting was the idea of real people's voices to then run into the AI world with.
And how are the controls? How dialed are they? Because that's one of the things we've struggled with a bit is you feel like you've got control, but you don't really have full control.
Yeah, well, what's interesting is we love 11 Labs. We use 11 Labs ourselves, but it's not the only one. Yeah. We've spent probably the best part of a year looking at about 60 different platforms on it, and we've built a bespoke workflow that uses the best parts of each rather than dialing in 100% on one. But and then the editors and the linguists, we use linguists like VO directors, and they sit with our editors, which are basically graphic equalizers now, aren't they? And they talk about that doesn't sound quite right, and so we change the pitch and the tone and the intonation where necessary to get it as authentic as possible.
I think the voice is just so important. Like if you look at Airbnb, they've got the same woman who uses the voice across all their different properties, and it's sonic branding, right?
Yeah.
So landing on a voice that you can use consistently across the globe for years to come, I mean, the unlock is massive. So yeah, thank you.
No problem.
Thank you, Wayne. Andre, take a seat. So what's going to happen now? We've seen 5 amazing solutions, and it's time now to pick a winner. Now, I think we can agree we've seen 5 winners, but this is an opportunity for Andre to really think about who is it for Skyscanner that he could really take forward? Who is the solution that really hits the mark? Just to buy some time for Andre just to kind of chew on it and build the anticipation, I will say we're here for the next 3 days running another 6 brand challenges. 6. So we've got L'Oreal later today. That's kicking off around 2 p.m. So do come back and see what challenge L'Oreal have and the startups that are pitching to that. We're running speed dates, as I mentioned before, a chance for you to meet 6 game-changing startups based on your specific challenge. So if you feel a bit scared coming up to the stage, you can actually just do it in the comfort of the House of Innovation and have your own private speed dating and brand challenge. So do come and see me or come and see someone in a co-cubed black t-shirt. I think we're almost there. Okay, brilliant. So Andre, come to the stage. And let's just have a bit of a review what we've seen. We've been talking for the last year, and hopefully some of these superpowers that you've seen hit the mark. Tell us a bit about what you saw just now.
Yeah, I mean, they're all brilliant solutions that scratch an itch that we've got as a business across the board. I'll frankly want to speak to each and every one of them after this presentation, but as always, there's got to be one winner. I wish I could award a winner to every single one of them.
Absolutely. I love you're building the anticipation, but you're right. 5 standout solutions, and if you do want to meet them, they are next door. But Andre, let's announce the winner. Who is it for you, the Skyscanner brand challenge?
It's Ad Test AI, Ivan. Yeah.
Excellent. Let's give up.
Congratulations.
Come up to the front.
And the reason is, look, they're all fantastic solutions. And as I say, like hand on heart, I do want to speak to every single one of them. They're fantastic. But ad testing has been such a pain for us for so long. It's expensive, it's time consuming. And I've always run into the position where I can't test ads because I get the pushback of, well, there's not budget for that. So I think if the solution actually works as well as it's been pitched, which is the next step to test that to collectively together, and it can lean into the nuances of local nuance and culture and virality and all those things, it'll be a fantastic solution. It's something that I've been hoping for as long as I can remember.
Amazing. Sounds like a match. Let's do a quick photo moment. Elise, do you want to come into the center? We'll just do a photo by the brand challenge. And let's give Ivan and the team a round of applause. And also our other 4 amazing pitchers. And lastly, a big thanks to Andre as well. Can we give Andre and Skyscanner team?
Thank you, Ivan.
Keep cool, drink water, and we'll see you at 2 o'clock. Take care.